and welcome. Children are our future, and India has the world's largest child population currently. The coronavirus pandemic and its unprecedented measures to contain its spread are disrupting nearly every aspect of a child's life, whether it's their health, development, learning, as well as economic security and protection against violence and abuse. In today's special episode, we'll showcase stories about empowering children and efforts to ensure that we can make the world a safer and a better place for them to live in. Our first story comes from Uttar Pradesh. The coronavirus pandemic and India's extended lockdown have led to a massive loss of livelihoods for India's poor. Street vendors, domestic help and daily wagers are especially hit. It's even more distressing for those who do not have ration cards. This is where NGOs like World Vision India are stepping in and ensuring survival and support. Alok Pandey reports.
A rare moment of joy for Suresh Kashyap in these troubled times. Mr. Kashyap is a daily wager in Lucknow and has been out of work for over 2 months now because of the coronavirus lockdown. 4 days ago, Suresh and his wife welcomed a baby girl into their life, their first child. But in this Lucknow slum, beset with filth, unsafe water and stifling heat, the couple, originally from a village in Sitapur, 80 kilometers away, is worried they will not be able to take care of their newborn.
शुरू में अड्डे पे जाते थे, वहाँ कहीं 300 कहीं 350 दिहाड़ी मिलती थी
महीने
रोज की। जी, और उसके बाद लॉकडाउन लग गया, वहाँ भी सब काम बंद हो गया।
बिल्कुल,
वहाँ बाहर भी हम नहीं ना निकलने देते हैं ना कहीं कुछ
बिल्कुल
वो नहीं।
और अभी आपकी बच्ची भी हुई है? जी
साहब, अभी बच्चे 4 दिन हुए साहब।
4 दिन हुआ है। तो अभी तो आपकी वाइफ के लिए, बच्ची के लिए भी जो न्यूट्रिशन की जरूरत है, जो पोषण की जरूरत है, वो भी बहुत जरूरी है आपके लिए।
जी साहब।
तो राशन कार्ड क्यों नहीं बनवा पाए भैया?
साहब, राशन कार्ड बना ही नहीं साहब।
गाँव में
भी साहब नहीं बना।
Many in this Lucknow slum and elsewhere in UP's capital say they have struggled to get ration cards made for their families, despite a renewed focus from the state government in trying to ensure food for all during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is where NGOs like World Vision India have stepped in. In the last 2 months, Nainavati and her husband Totaram have tried to ensure enough food for their family of 6, but have run into repeated problems. Totaram is a daily wager and has no work. Nainavati used to work as a maid in 3 homes, but none have paid her for the lockdown period. कितनी तकलीफ आपने और तोताराम जी और बच्चों ने सहा है?
इतनी तकलीफ हुआ, पानी तक नहीं नसीब अपने बच्चे ने करा पाए। ये तो बहन बेचारी मेरी सहायता करी तो हमको ये तक मिला, तब हम राही मेरे बच्चे ने भी तो कहीं बैठने की जगह नहीं रहे, बच्चे ने भी खिलाते क्या हम।
ये जो एनजीओ वाले जो दीदी जिनकी आप बात कर रही हैं, ये क्या क्या सामान आपको दिया है?
2 किलो तेल मिला है, 1 किलो अरहर की दाल ली, 1 किलो उड़द की दाल है, चाय पत्ती है।
A few days ago, World Vision India gave the family and others in the slum cluster ration and essentials to last at least 15 days.
हमने चयन किया 1170 परिवार जो माइग्रेंट लेबर्स भी है और जिनके पास राशन कार्ड नहीं है, ऐसे लोगों को हम चयनित किया। 40 बस्ती जहाँ हम काम करते हैं। So we thought of addressing them an emergency basis, like okay, at least 10 to 15 days का जो राशन दिया जाए, और इस बात के एड्रेस किया कि कम से कम 15 दिन कम से कम चलने चाहिए राशन। और उसके साथ ही हमने 625 परिवार ऐसे भी जिनको चयन किया गया है, जिनके अकाउंट में हमने 1,000 रुपये ट्रांसफर किया है, और 2,000 परिवार को और हमने सेलेक्ट किया है जिनके अकाउंट में हम और पैसा ट्रांसफर किया जाएगा। आगे क्या योजना, क्या आप लोग जाएंगे, यहाँ रहेंगे, क्या आप वापस अपना घर जाना चाहते हैं, यहाँ रहना चाहते हैं, क्या?
Across the country, the poorest sections of the society have undergone immense hardships in the lockdown that has now gone on for a few months because of the coronavirus pandemic. On the ground, there has been significant government intervention, there is no doubt about that. But there are some gaps that need to be plugged, and that is where organizations like World Vision India are stepping in and ensuring that everyone, including India's poorest, can lead their lives as normally, or at least can get food and basic supplies here in India's poorest areas.
A lockdown means everything becomes difficult to get. Even health services become limited. In some areas, there is little or no access to proper nutritious food for pregnant women and children. My colleague Maya Sharma reports how World Vision India is helping pregnant women and children in some of the poorest sections of society.
Mary is all of 24 years old, with a son Mark, who is not yet 2, and pregnant with her second child. Her husband Sudarshan works as a labourer in normal times. He has had no work since the lockdown started.
ರೇಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಂಗನವಾಡಿಯಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಫುಡ್ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ ಇದಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Mary has not been for her prenatal checkups for 2 months now. Her baby is due in August.
ಇದು ಆಗಸ್ಟ್ 22 ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ.
August 22?
ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತವ್ರೆ, ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 2 months ಆಯ್ತು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Mary and her family are getting 500 rupees a month cash assistance from the state and rations from the nearby Anganwadi and NGOs. But as a migrant from Kalaburgi in North Karnataka, she doesn't have the necessary paperwork to avail more potential benefits.
Migrant families here, they don't have the identity proof like, Aadhaar card and things like that. So when they don't have Aadhaar card or ration card, they will not be able to get the ration or from the PDS.
This young family, in their small home, wait for life to get back to something like normal. Millions of families around the world in India affected by the coronavirus. The little family of Mary, no exception. Her husband Sudarshan not able to get work because of the lockdown. The impact of coronavirus on children and even on the unborn.
At a time when the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected the lives and livelihoods of many across the country, World Vision India has taken it upon themselves to help many. A special report from Faridabad.
आमदनी का कोई उम्मीद नहीं रहेगा तो बगैर खाए भी इंसान मर जाएगा.
This is Guddi Devi, a 50-year-old with a locomotor disability. Before the lockdown, she would ride to work on this electric tricycle. A 2-kilometer journey to an air conditioning workshop where she helped package cooling parts. A job for which she earned 5,000 rupees a month. With that gone, she now has her own and her mother's disability pension, all of 4,500 rupees to feed 8 people.
यहाँ गए थे ना इनके पास वर्ल्ड विजन, उनसे हम बोले तो उन्होंने हमें राशन दिलवाए, तो उससे कुछ मदद मिली और यही पेंशन का सहारा है.
In another slum cluster, not too far away from Guddi, we meet Geeta, a housewife. Her husband is a labourer and the only earning member in the house.
काम बिल्कुल नहीं चल रहा है और घर में बैठे हुए हैं और परेशानी इतनी आ गई है कि घर में जो राशन पहले था वो खत्म हो चुका था 1 महीने के अंदर. वर्ल्ड विजन इंडिया है जो हमारी सहायता करती है बच्चों के लिए, तो उन्होंने भी हमें राशन दिया और ऐसे ही जैसे मुझे दिया है तो औरों को भी घर में दिया है जो उनके 15-20 दिन का कम से कम राशन चल सके.
World Vision India caters to 6 slum clusters in Faridabad. Their dry ration distribution drives help those who need it most. Each dry ration kit has a bag of rice, wheat, dal, oil, sugar and a bar of soap.
हमारी यहाँ जो 8 कम्युनिटी है काम करने के लिए, तो एक एरिया का 2-3 दिन में ऐसे ले रहे हैं हम.
Be it Guddi, a 50-year-old living with a walking disability, or Geeta, whose husband is the only earning member in a family of 4. These stories of hardship and despair coming out from every slum area that you go to. But with the help of World Vision India, these people like Geeta and Guddi, have a little ray of hope to survive these distressing times.
The lockdown has had a human cost. It has been particularly difficult for migrant workers, daily wage earners, and for those who depend on day-to-day earnings to feed their families and children. It is these vulnerable sections of society that World Vision India is supporting. This is Sam Daniels' report.
This cyclone shelter along the Chennai's coast is the home of 81 Rohingya refugees from Myanmar. For over 8 years, 14 families with more than 40 children live in this squalor. Many of them are rag pickers who have no income for nearly 2 months since the lockdown began. It's children and communities like these that World Vision India is reaching out to. As its supplies arrive, families queue up. For this young couple, the Siddiquis and their baby too, it has been difficult. They are dependent on whatever help they can get.
Corona mandachi velilla pavandi ella inge Tamil Muslim Hindi Christian government ellare help pandranga ingalukku.
India has 10 million child laborers, approximately 6% of the global share. Many are also trafficked and sexually exploited. The situation has become worse during this crisis.
They can be exploited in terms of abuse, harassment, and sometimes even used for labor work here and there in their neighborhood and in their own community.
Spread over 2 months, the COVID lockdown has been a crippling blow on the livelihood of the poor and migrants. For these Rohingya refugees, it's been difficult in a foreign country. It's important to help them to make sure they don't turn to desperate measures like child labor or child sexual exploitation in these difficult times.
When disaster strikes, World Vision is often the first on the ground, quickly providing immediate support and continuing to stay even after the emergencies for rebuilding the lives of children, families, and their communities. We help communities build resilience so that when disaster strikes, they are better able to cope. From the extreme severe Bhola cyclone storms in 1970 to preparing for Cyclone Amphan in the middle of the pandemic, we have been responding to humanitarian emergencies for nearly 60 years. Today, there are more than double the number of emergencies there were 10 years ago. And we are seeing that more numbers of people are in need of humanitarian assistance. Climate change is unleashing natural disasters. The needs are greater and the calls on to respond have never been greater. COVID-19 has been challenging as we had the high risk of getting infected. With the support of our partners, we are in a better position to respond to the pressing and the ever-changing needs of children.
Human trafficking is a huge problem in our country. Children are trafficked through India. And with COVID-19, there are chances that this situation may even worsen.
सबसे छोटी वहाँ पे मैं थी, इसलिए मेरा नाम छोटी था वहाँ, और सब बड़े बड़े थे 2021। हाँ, उन लोग को घर पे पता था सबको, सिर्फ मैं ही थी वहाँ पे कि मैं बिना बता के चली गई थी। डांस का शौक है, बचपन से क्लासिकल सीखा है, हिप हॉप सीखा है, ज्यादातर हिप हॉप पे इंटरेस्ट है। डांस का बहुत शौक है, ये डांस के लिए कुछ करना चाहती हूँ। मैं एक डांस ग्रुप पे गई थी, वो सिलीगुड़ी में था, हैदराबाद। मैंने फेसबुक के साथ वहाँ पे है दीदी लोग था, वो दीदी लोग के साथ ही मतलब डांस प्रोग्राम करते वो दीदी के साथ ही अच्छा लग गया था।
There are different cases that we handle on trafficking, and each case is unique in nature. And when we deal with these cases, we find out like how traffickers use the vulnerability of a children, how they use the poverty of a children. Not only vulnerability and poverty, they also use like upcoming technical things like media, like Facebook and all.
तो वहाँ का जो हेड दीदी था मंजू बोल के, वो दीदी बहुत अच्छी थी, सीरियसली बहुत अच्छी थी। हम लोग डांस प्रोग्राम करते थे, वहाँ पे लड़की लोग को लेके जाते थे तो कांटेक्ट पे वहाँ पे डांस करना पड़ता था। वहाँ पे जस्ट कैजुअली जैसे डांस करते हैं हम लोग, परफॉर्मेंस करते हैं स्टेज पे, वैसे ही डांस करना पड़ता था। वहाँ से जो मतलब पैसा मिलता था वहाँ का 40 और 60 था। 60 दीदी को देना पड़ता था और 40 हम लोग को देना पड़ता था। वैसे ही
यहाँ से कोई भी बच्चे हो या बड़े लोग जो है, यहाँ से ट्रैफिक करने से पहले नंबर 1 फ्रेंडशिप, मीठी मीठी बात करते हैं और वो बाहर में सिटी में क्या काम करते हैं वो बताते हैं। उनको पहला पैसा दिखा देते हैं। पैसा जब दिखा देते वो ऑटोमेटिक फंस जाते हैं, लालच भी पड़ जाते हैं। उनकी लाइफ भी काश ऐसा लाइफ बन जाए, बस उसके बाद में ट्रैफिकिंग वहीं से शुरू हो जाते हैं।
यहाँ पर एक मेरे यहाँ घर पे एक मौसी का लड़का था, यहाँ पे मतलब सुसाइड किया है। सो उसकी वजह से मैं आई घर पे, एक हफ्ते जैसे रही। तो मम्मी ने मुझे बोला पुलिस कंप्लेंट किया है मैंने, चल वहाँ पे जाके सिग्नेचर करके चले आना मेरे साथ। तो मम्मी ने क्या किया, पुलिस स्टेशन लेके गई, मुझे लेके गए। तो उसके बाद बहुत देर खड़ी रह के तो वहाँ का पुलिस स्टेशन मम्मी और पुलिस बात कर रहा था। बात करते करते मुझे होम पे घुसा दिया।
Right now she is not doing anything, but yet the interest of dance is still in her, and we want to cultivate her dancing skills through giving her proper professional training in the dance institute.
Our children are lured into trafficking and they don't know that they are being trafficked. You know, it's like easy money for them, but then they land up in a very grey situation where it's very difficult to come out. Many a times girls they realize and they come back home, but many a times they go missing forever. It's very difficult to find them.
Wonderful. It gives me great pleasure to see all the children we've adopted been treated so well. They're educated, they're fed, and they have such better lives. My journey with World Vision has been incredibly fulfilling, and to see them in the midst of this pandemic reaching out and giving people the necessary food, the necessary supplies to sustain themselves is really, really very heartwarming and extremely overwhelming.
Sponsoring a child for a better future. That is one of World Vision India's key programs. Child sponsorship helps many children get access to life's essentials. It ensures that these children are healthier, protected, and even educated. Watch this heartwarming story of Rahul when he met his sponsored child Kirti for the first time after 6 years.
The excitement level is very high. Getting a chance to meet your sponsored child in person.
मेरा नाम कीर्ति है, मैं 7 साल की हूँ, मैं 3री कक्षा में पढ़ती हूँ।
I was just speaking to one of the HR managers of my organization. I just went there about one inquiry, and then suddenly I saw something like written on a photo frame, my sponsored child, the name of the child. I was like, what is this all about? Can you just like shed some light on it? This is really exciting. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing some? Then he started elaborating me about what World Vision is. What are the areas World Vision is into and how they are empowering the changes in the lives which they are currently bringing, right? How they are helping the communities around them achieve what is expected out of them. He passed on the link to me. I did my investigations, and that's when it clicked that Rahul, okay, let's get started on it. And since then, it's been close to 6 years now, and I really had a great time being associated with World Vision.
मैं अपने स्पॉन्सर कभी नहीं मिली, आज मैं पहली बार अपने स्पॉन्सर से मिलना चाहती हूँ।
I think it's not only about my own excitement, the entire family is excited. My wife is there, my sweet little daughter is there. They know that what they can anticipate in terms of the experiences that I have shared with them. So they are able to make that connection.
This is the first time I'm getting to meet my sponsored child. And the feeling is that of a feeling that can't be expressed in words. She is very positive. She is something that I'm really proud of. The kind of interaction that both of us was having with her is something we're going to cherish throughout our lives.
Every child is precious. There's an old saying, it says that it takes a village to raise a child, and it's true. Only by working together can we keep our children healthy, protected and safe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and take care.